All right, so I thought it was a good time to check back in with one of our favorite CEOs, Mark Frohnmeyer from Arcimoto. Hey, Mark, what have you and your team been up to at Arcimoto the past few months?
Hey, guys, great to see you again. We have had a very busy summer. We got some of our very first Deliverator pilots on the road. We have right-sized the balance sheet of the company, and we struck a collaboration with Sandy Munro and his team to plan out the mass production phase of Arcimoto's growth. We have now resumed production that we had paused in March because of the pandemic, and just as of a couple days ago, restarted delivering FUVs to some of our early customers. We actually did 3 capital raises in pretty rapid succession, and with that, we were able to retire all of our debt. So all of our senior secured and convertible notes are gone. And something that's is actually really cool for me is we have had a going concern warning in our filings ever since we went public. And we have now been able to remove that going concern warning from our filings for the very first time. So it's, we've got feeling like we got a real head of steam as we go into this next major phase of the company.
Wow. I mean, that is really good news. Completely out of debt for a startup. And as we've reported before, you've been working with Sandy Munro. How is that partnership going?
We've actually, with the Munro team, we've actually workshopped every single part, every fastener, every subsystem of the vehicle. We're leveraging their deep expertise in mass production of vehicles to say, what parts can we simplify? What are the right materials and methods as we go to mass production? What should we be looking for from our suppliers in terms of different cost steps along the way for the various parts that we're using? So this has been over the span of really the first 10 weeks of our collaboration. We went through, workshopped every single piece. And with them, we've identified something like 600 different potential avenues of cost reduction that go from the near term, things we want to do in the next 6 months, 12 months, to things that will really fold in when we step up production up to our target over the next 24 months is where we're targeting. Their whole team is so awesome to work with. Like they have this just kind of egoless approach of doing things. They also have this real mentality of, we don't want to just do your work for you. We want to train your team to, it's really this knowledge transfer and philosophy transfer approach. And I've just, Sandy kicked the whole thing off with this Sandy Munro's Hearts and Minds presentation. And I think that thing should be a masterclass that is like required for every engineer on the planet as part of every collegiate curriculum. It's just it was gold, and I just said, look, I want every Arcimoto engineer to watch this video. It's such a good way of approaching design and engineering, and I think it's working with them is going to make our team better. I mean, we've got a bunch of brilliant folks on board. But we're learning a lot as we're going as well, which is super cool.
That's awesome. Great to hear that it's going so well. And I heard that in addition to the FUV, the Deliverator, and the Rapid Responder, that you now have a 4th model?
And it actually made a cameo appearance in our summer update video for about a second. We had a bunch of people chiming in and saying, what is that thing? And we actually call it the Cameo. It's our camera vehicle. So we built it because we need it. For the video work that we do on the road, but you can think of it as an Arcimoto-sized camera rig. The market for this will be YouTubers. It will be people who are doing sporting events like cycling and running, as well as just the traditional Hollywood market for camera vehicles on the road. And it's a niche, very, very niche product. But we think that is going to have sort of an outsized potential influence, because influencers we think are going to be one of our principal markets for it. But also this is the product that will pave the way for the 5th platform product, which is going to be more of just a flatbed general utility vehicle on the platform. But the reality is that they're all reliant on the very same platform, 95% of the same parts. They'll be all built on the same production line. So it's just I think, one more example of the flexibility of the Arcimoto platform and the ability to go after really nice specific niches in the overall vehicle landscape.
Oh, well, we definitely can't wait to get our hands on that thing.
Oh, man.
That's awesome. And I mean, I hope you haven't been too busy over the past few months. I know it's been pretty stressful.
And one of the things we actually did was we took the Arcimotos camping this summer. So I've always wanted to get them out on dirt roads and see how they do sort of off the paved path. And we actually had a ton of fun driving up in Northern California near Utica Reservoir, and we just ripping down dirt gravel roads in the Arcimotos. And one of the really cool things about the platform is it's dual motor front wheel drive. So you get a lot of traction, and I think that's one of the things that really separates us from the traditional approach to most reverse trikes, which is to put the drive in the rear. Having dual motor front wheel drive really makes it a very practical platform, not just for paved city streets, but also for slightly more rugged terrain. I wouldn't go climbing rocks with it, but for getting down the dirt road, it's no problem at all.
Well, thank you so much, Mark. It's been so nice talking to you today.
Right on, guys. Hey, really appreciate the time.
I don't want to admit this, but I didn't know that they had a dual motor front wheel drive.
Yeah.
With dual motor in the front, that means that if one motor is going to spin, you can still direct torque to the other one because you don't have this differential, which is pretty stupid when it all comes down to it.
Yeah, I mean, so on a three-wheeled vehicle, having two wheels with power is pretty much all you need. Not only that, that Cameo looks like it would be a perfect fit for our channel.
Right. Well, and the other thing, too, is when we're showing all this B-roll of driving through the woods, you don't get to experience how nice it is to be in the woods with a quiet vehicle.
Yeah. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips.
You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Mondays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below to head over to the Now You Know channel.